Today I'm breaking down a bit of a setting call for yous. FYI, I've blocked out some of the credentials and names and whatnot because that doesn't need to be in there. So there may be some slight pauses throughout the whole video and whatnot. However, it's a full setting call breakdown. Hope you guys enjoy. Hello.
Hi there, this is Jano speaking. I got a missed call from this number.
Ah, yes. Fantastic. Is this Jane?
It's Jano, yes.
Oh, your name. My apologies. I'm glad we've got
No
that.
worries.
I'm glad we've got
No
that on
worries.
track. I actually saw, around about 3 hours ago, you submitted an application about starting your own online business.
Yes, that's right.
Amazing. Just out of curiosity, were you able to find the training video?
I found it on a YouTube ad.
Fantastic. Awesome. Did you end up going through that?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you're amazing. Superstar. Sweet. Well, I just wanted to have a quick little chat with you, your name, just to see where you're at right now with everything and what you really want to get out of an online business. Then from there, I could offer some friendly advice just to see if our system could potentially help out. So I'll throw it over to you here. What was your main motivation for wanting to start an online business in the first place?
Okay, so we recently moved from South Africa to Australia, and I worked for a UK company. So my hours was a bit obscure. I'm a mother of three. So I'm actually now in the job market just looking for my next career step. And ideally flexibility would be main priority. Either remote working or flexibility. So I saw this and gave it a listen, and it intrigued some interest.
Amazing. Fantastic. Well, I'd love to sort of see if we can help you out there. And I've actually helped quite a few mums actually move into the online space because it can be quite hard to juggle the both. So we can definitely run through that. I just missed what you were doing for work. You said you moved from South Africa.
Apologies. Okay, great. So I was a marketing director and I come from a marketing agency, digital marketing agency background. So I have been doing that for the past 14 years.
Wow. Gotcha. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And just for context, are you still doing that or are you like in motherhood at the moment?
No, so I actually quit my job about 3 weeks ago. Just we couldn't juggle. My husband works the same hours, so normally when the kids come back from school, both of us would be in front of our computers, and then it will go on to like 1, 2 in the morning. So one of us had to pull the plug, and obviously being the mom, it was me. so yeah.
Right, that makes total sense. It almost sounds like because you've departed from that job, now you're trying to fill that gap so you can still make consistent income, have your independence. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Fantastic, awesome. Well, there's nothing more I'd love to do than actually help you get to a position where you can start making like an income again. Most students I speak to, right, their first goal is typically to match their current income. Now, I know you're not working currently, so we can like go off a basis of your old income. Because that way you uphold just the quality of life, but you've actually got options in which direction you actually want to go in, right? So for you, how much would we need to help you make per month to be able to like match your old income so we can get back to that level?
Well, let's say between 6 and 7 would be ideal. But that, I mean, you're probably going to have to work yourself up to that point. But let's say to make it practical for our household, it would have to be at least 6.
Okay, fantastic. Awesome. Cool. And I guess for you at the moment, because I want to be able to actually help you get to this next chapter, I know you've mentioned a few things. I want to make sure that we can help. What do you feel like that biggest challenge is or problem is right now that you're facing at the moment that you just really think like an online business would help you with here?
Yeah, I think online business would give me the flexibility that I'll need. And I think also I've gained quite a bit of experience over the past 14 years, be it new business development, marketing, sales, advertising, through the line. So for me to go and work for a company, sitting in traffic, being probably office bound just because of my role, the ideal would be not to do that. And obviously we're basically living in a digital world. So to have an online business would be amazing.
Fantastic, awesome. And I've actually helped, like I mentioned, quite a few mums break into the online space, and you usually kill three birds with one stone, right? You actually take out the factor of like having to work a 9 to 5, which, let's be honest, deep down is not what everyone wants to do, especially when they've got like kids at home in their golden years. Number two, you actually spend more time with your kids, so you don't miss out on them actually growing up, which I think's, the biggest one. But number three is like, let's say you were at work, you save a lot of money on childcare fees and like kindergarten and all these like things that add up, and it actually makes it quite expensive. So it's a really good solution, but I want to make sure it's actually aligned for you at the moment. I guess for you, like, what was that moment that made you say like enough is enough? Because you probably could have just went back to a job, but you've decided, no, I want to do this. What was that moment that made you say this has got to be a priority now though?
So with my husband working the same hours, or well, the hours the kids get back from school, it's normally their hours where they do their extracurricular activities like sports. I can't take them. I can never attend the matches. There's no flexibility in that. Can't help them with their homework. So it's really just to invest, I think, in them. As you said, would be the main priority for me to actually be available to do that.
Yeah. Now, if you did go back to a job, you couldn't do that, right? Do the activities.
No, not at all. I mean, I declined an offer, a recent offer that I got from an interview, purely based just on that fact that I won't be able to either drop them off or pick them up or take them to their sports. And we are Afrikaans speaking, that's our first language. So my kids do need a little bit extra attention with their homework and just catching up. And I haven't been able to do that. So, and again, putting myself in an office job or 9 to 5, again, I would make myself unavailable to actually be there to support them.
Gotcha. And if you don't mind me asking, like, how old's the kids?
So I've got a 5-year-old, 8-year-old, and a 10-year-old.
The troublemaking years.
and they're all boys, so just to keep them alive is basically a full-time job, alive and fed.
Awesome. Well, I'd love to sort of see if we can help you out here. I do have like a burning question at the back of my head though, because you've already got some marketing experience and you've been in the industry. You sound quite switched on. Like, how come you don't put yourself forward and try to do this yourself? Like, how come you're reaching out for like, a little bit of support and I guess like a bit of a roadmap?
I think because I'm not, we've only been here for 7 months. So tapping into an already established network would just give me an opportunity to educate myself, do my own learnings and find, I think, a little bit of my footing before I would explore the possibility of maybe going into that. But if we also want to free up some time in my schedule, as we are keen to explore different avenues in property as well sometime in the future. So again, being able to have time to educate myself in that specific industry and market would also not work if I have a 9 to 5. So yeah, does that answer your question?
Yeah, that makes total sense, and I really appreciate that. And I want to say also I'm like super proud of you as well, because you've moved from South Africa to Australia. That's not easy, but you've also given up your career to put the family first. Like, I know deep down that's not like the easiest thing to do, making all these transitions in your life. So it's really awesome to see you like still wanting to do better and putting yourself forward so you can actually support not only yourself but the actual family. I think that's absolutely awesome. Now,
Thank you.
I guess for you, like if you had to envision yourself, like your 2.0 version yourself, like where you want to be, you looked up in the sky, you closed your eyes. I guess ideally, what do you really want this next chapter of your life to look like if you could have it your way, like personal lifestyle goals?
Well, definitely to be able to enroll my kids in all activities that I've been wanting them to do, and to really just see them flourish as I can support and drive them around and give them those extra classes or whatever it is that they all need. So being mom, first of all, would be amazing for the next couple of years, just being available for them. But then also growing a business, if this is the opportunity, the online business, really being invested in that to really stretch myself and test my ability to see where I can take this, so that I can also travel with my family, travel back to South Africa, visit family as often as we could. Because obviously, as you said, moving over to a new country is not the easiest thing, and you do miss your loved ones, but you also want to see the world, right? So I would love to travel and see the world with them.
Amazing, fantastic. And the awesome thing about like online business is like you've actually got that freedom. You're not tied to like the 9 to 5 job. I used to be there, so I know how it feels.
Exactly.
I guess for you to actually live this lifestyle and be able to support the family, but like let's say you were to go home, fly around, and do these things that make you fulfilled. How much per month would you need to make per month to achieve them goals? I know you mentioned to match your income is 6 to 7K. Was that enough back in the day, and do you think it would be enough now to be able to get everything sorted, or would you need to make a little bit more?
I would need to make a little bit more. I think to sustain our lifestyle at the moment, that would be the base. But obviously, world's your oyster, right? So wouldn't want to see an absolute ceiling of what I can achieve. If it does work and the system does work, then definitely would be aiming more towards, let's say, 10, 15 a month. That would be great. But I think, anything more than that would be a massive bonus.
Amazing, fantastic. And look, that is definitely possible, but I'll be blowing smoke if I said that's going to happen overnight. It's definitely going to require some effort. However, with the right guidance, support, and coaching, and by your side, people have already walked that path. There's no reason why you can't get there. It's basically just following their footsteps to be able to actually make that happen. But I've got a good overview of like where you're at, and like it seems like an amazing next chapter. So I want to make sure I'm actually guiding you in the right direction here. So based on where you're currently at, not just to be able to get like back into making an income online, but actually be able to do it from home, so you don't have to go back to a 9 to 5, and you can actually spend that golden time with the actual kids and really look after them, all while making an income. Like at the moment, how much do you have saved up, set aside that you could invest into an online business if it was the absolute perfect fit for you?
That would be a discussion, I think, with my husband. Moving over and moving countries, it requires quite a bit out-of-pocket money. So we basically started from scratch. We left everything back in South Africa. So we still have our property there and all our furniture, and basically moving over and getting all that up from the ground from the start again. So we don't have a lot of free cash lying around at the moment. But I think if we can just see how the system works, then we would probably have a discussion and decide, if it's going to be worth the effort or at least worth whatever investment we're bound to make.
Yeah. Awesome. And we actually encourage like our partners to actually do it together if they want to do that. Like obviously you could be the main one. So if you do want to like do this together, I encourage that. I've also got like a wife, for example, so I know exactly how it's like. Just for context, what we have here is fully customized based on the student and what they want to actually get out of it. So we don't have many set prices. We actually want to align it to you to be able to actually make sure it's adequate to your situation and can help you best. So I guess for us to be able to actually like get a bit of a step-by-step plan, if we had a guarantee in place and you're like, damn, this is exactly what I need to be able to actually start making online income, spend more time with the kids and not have to go back to a 9 to 5 job. How much do you guys have set aside at the moment that you could invest if it was the absolute perfect fit?
What's the baseline? What's the baseline that guys sign up for? Like, what do they normally put in to see a good enough return on investment?
Yeah, great question. I'm really glad you asked. So based on my experience, typically if we're looking to get to, like a 10 to 15K a month down the track and hit it with certainty, most often I've seen it could take anywhere from like a couple to like a few thousand just to shortcut the process. That just ensures that we can have everything in place, actually make sure the time you're putting in, you're actually getting out. So I guess if you were able to actually get to that goal and be able to make an online income, spend more time with the kids, would a couple grand be something you guys do have available at the moment that you could put towards getting started if it was the right fit?
Yes, we do.
Awesome. Absolutely fantastic. And look, I'm not here to put anyone in a tight spot, anything like that, if you were to utilize some of them savings, that wouldn't put you guys homeless or eating 2-minute noodles, right?
Not immediately, but we're gonna have to see some returns quite quickly.
100%. I wouldn't expect you guys to come in guns blazing. And that's awesome because that's the last thing we want to do. Now, if I'm going to be honest with you, I've helped quite a few moms, like I mentioned before, be able to like break into the online space, which has been amazing for me. Like gives me a lot of fulfillment doing that too, because I know how much it means to spend time with the kids in the early years. However, to be candid with you, a lot of people we actually work with, how can I put this? They're a little bit like cautious, you could say. They're a little bit, you could even say like skeptical. They've tried.
Apprehensive, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, they've tried like a few things that haven't worked out. I know I've been through that journey myself. I used to work a 9-to-5 job myself. So I'd love to throw it over to you out of curiosity. Like, what are your genuine thoughts around being able to make this online business thing happen? Do you have any kind of concerns, any fears, or anything like that about actually giving it a go?
Obviously, yes. There's some hesitation, probably purely because I haven't seen it in practice as yet. So to really see how it works and how it can actually become something that can have, that we can rely on as a passive income. There's definitely some hesitation towards that. But I'm listening to your reviews and some of the people that have tried it. It does sound like it's some solid proof. It sounds like you guys know what you're doing, and these guys are actually living their best life. So that would be amazing if I can get there. But to get there, I'll need just a little bit of training, see what it's about, and see if it can fit into our lifestyle again.
Amazing. Fantastic. And I really love it that you're actually open-minded, because I find when you're closed-minded, no opportunities ever come your way. And honestly, if you weren't a little bit cautious, I'd be asking like, why not? What I've realized over my journey over the last 5 years, you could say, I used to work a construction job, is you can pay for progress in 3 ways, right? It's with time, money, or mistakes. So mistakes you learn fast, but it costs you in a lot of setbacks and wasted resources. Time, you avoid big mistakes, but it takes longer, it can still cost you. And then money, you can invest up front, get the best tools, the expertise, the best coaches. So the actual time you're putting into something, you're actually getting out and you're actually making progression. And you're avoiding any mistakes, so to speak. So that's why after this phone call, what I'll do, Yune, is I'll send you a bunch of resources so you're feeling super confident about us. Because what I mentioned before is it's about alignment. We can actually help you to your sort of situation and tailor it to you, just so we're all on the same page. But what have you managed to pick up from the training video so far? Just so I can fill in any gaps. Okay? I honestly feel because you've got that prior experience and you've come from marketing, that's the type of people we're actually looking for, because they're the people that actually put their foot forward, make stuff like this actually work. But not only that, it actually helps our company, because at the end of the day, we get testimonials for actually getting you to results, because you're actually competent. We sound it, which is awesome, and it sounds like you're looking to push and do this for yourself, but also the family. So I don't usually do this off the bat, but based off what you've been chatting about, I actually do think we can help, right? So what I would love to do is actually connect you with a head success coach, and what they're going to do is be able to run you through everything from A to Z, how the entire process works. And once you've watched the training video, they're going to provide a much clearer insight in terms of what's technically involved, the working hours, and how much effort is involved. That way we can actually make sure it's the absolute best fit for you. And like I mentioned before, we have that alignment, which is the most important. So based off what we've been chatting about, I think you would absolutely smash it out of the park, if I'm honest. But let's say for whatever reason, they don't believe in what we actually have is going to be the perfect fit for you. They will even put you in a better direction that's going to be best suited for you, maybe even another business or another mentor that will be able to actually suit you for your situation to actually help you get to the next chapter, because that's what this is about, right? Makes sense?
Yeah. It makes 100% sense, and would really be keen to explore.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, I'm from Melbourne. Whereabouts are you from? Just out of context.
You're pronouncing it so well.
Am I doing a good job? Because
You are doing such a good job.
I answered the phone and I felt bad. I was like, no.
It's okay. I get Jane Jacobs every episode. Don't stress about it.
Appreciate it. We're getting there with the names, which is fantastic. Awesome. Well, I've got a spot for 1 p.m. Friday, which is amazing. So if you could save that in your phone, even if you put a reminder on your diary, that would be absolutely awesome. And I've actually just aligned you with a head success coach. He's awesome. He's an absolute gangster, if I'm honest with you. He's been doing this for a long time, so he'll take super great care of you. And I'll make sure I put in a good word. Just to give you a heads up, so what I need you to do is to watch this training video. I'll actually text it over so you can give it a real good watch. When students come prepared with like 2 to 3 original questions, so no pressure. This just shows him that you put in a little bit extra effort before speaking with him. Could you do that for me?
100%.
Oh,
if you send it through, I'll prepare. Well,
absolute superstar. So I'll shoot this through now so I don't forget. Cool. What I'll actually do as well, because when you watch that main training video, you're actually going to see a girl named Alice in that training video. I'll actually add a video where Alice interview together where it broke down her transition, because she's done quite well for herself and she come out of like a sort of normal job, and I think you'll get a lot of value to be able to see the transformation she made, and hopefully we can replicate the same thing for you. I think that would be quite awesome. So I'll shoot that across to you now, which is amazing. But yeah, what I'll actually get you to do as well, if you don't mind, is if you could save the that would be fantastic, because then that way when he actually gives you a ring, you'll actually know it's him.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'll do that.
If I read it out now, would that work for you?
Yes, you're welcome to.
Amazing. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, great. Ready. I'm ready.
Cool. And what I usually do is shoot through a text, maybe like I'd say tonight, maybe even in the morning. So if you could just text him and say, yeah, good to go, that'd be absolutely amazing too. But apart from that, I've had an awesome chat with you. I'm super excited to see like where you go and like how this call goes. Check in. But overall, how are you feeling about this? You feeling a little bit nervous, a little bit excited, a little bit both?
Good. Both of those. I am definitely a little bit nervous, but excited to definitely. Would be amazing if this can actually work.
Awesome stuff. And honestly, it's I think it's a good thing that you're a little bit nervous, but you're also a little bit excited, because it just means it's got some meaning to it, right? It's like anything you do in life. Like I'm sure when you moved from South Africa to Australia, you had that same nerves, like excited, like sort of what's to be expected, but I'm not sure about this. It just means you're making some movement and progression in your life, which I think is awesome. And that's why I shot you through all them resources so you can go through that feeling super confident. And yeah, what I will do as well, I'll check in after that call, make sure how it all went. You're happy, because at the end of the day, you're happy, I'm happy. But apart from that, is there any more questions for me or anything that's coming up that you want to get off your chest?
No. I'm excited to have a call tomorrow, and then we'll have a check-in afterwards. I'll let you know if I've got any other questions, but you've covered, I think, most of what my uncertainties were.
Awesome, fantastic. Well, I'll put in a good word for you anyway, so no you. And if there's anything else you need, you just reach out to me, give me a bit of a buzz before that. I'm more than happy to help. All right?
Brilliant. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you
have
for the call.
An awesome day. Enjoy. See ya. Bye.
Thank you. You too. That's soon. Cheers.
Quick little set call. Yeah, that was pretty smooth sailing. She gave me a little bit of like a partner like objective, but I pushed through. I think she was a little bit hesitant, and then I fixed it up with I could tell she's a little bit skeptical, so I tried to cover that. And she also said that she's got prior marketing experience. I picked up on that, and I know usually these prospects, when they've got marketing experience or something, they actually think they can do it themselves. So like you may get through the pitch of a set call or something, you're like, oh, I can just do this myself. So actually asking her like, why don't you do this yourself? You sound pretty like switched on, give her a little bit of an ego boost. I find works quite well because you're just getting it on the table. You want to get everything on the table so they're feeling very confident. You increase show rate. You don't have them cancelling, no showing. And when you have these sort of set calls where they go smooth like that, she's almost thanking me. She's pretty much thanking me by the end of the set call. That means you've done a good job. So she has full clarity around like her problem now, why she's actually doing this. She can't actually do this on her own. She needs support and help. Essentially that, her skepticisms have been thrown on the table, that, it's totally normal. And then she had a few questions as well, which I regarded in terms of, how the actual system works and whatnot. Also, when I set her, I got the nerves out on the table again, said nerves are a good thing. You've got to make that, to take that step forward, you've got to basically go through that. It's got weight to it. So overall, this is a pretty good set call. I'm pretty confident to see how this goes. She said she didn't have too much money aside, which is pretty tight, but she's got a couple K there, which is fine. So yeah, overall, good set call, in my opinion. Keen to see how this goes. I'll give you guys a little bit of an update if it piffs or if whatever happens, if it's a deposit. We'll go from there. Yeah, the only thing that come up is she's got that partner, so she'll probably be chatting to a partner about this. Hopefully it doesn't affect the set call for tomorrow and the partner doesn't freak out, because that can happen. If I was to give myself some advice now, I'd probably say maybe I should have said that, hey, does the partner want to also jump on that call? That way they can both be there, and when it comes to closing, everything can get handled, and there's not going to be any like, I've got to speak to my partner. But I'm going to put in the set notes that there may be a partner rejection, so the person who closes this is fully aware of it. But yeah, fucking good set call. Pretty confident with this. Pretty sure this will do quite well. She's definitely needs this. She's just moved to Australia. She's got kids. It makes logical sense why she would do something like this. And like she can't go back and get another job because she can't drop the kids off. She can't. She's gonna have to put them in kindergarten. That's gonna cost money. I threw that all at her. I told her it's we're killing three birds with one stone here. So yeah, overall good set call. But hope you boys enjoyed. You have a good one.